Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are exploring an awesome and creative way to earn money online by designing and selling coloring books. The best part, you don't need any expensive software, fancy tools, or paid subscriptions. Everything we'll cover today can be done completely free. I'll walk you through the entire process from brainstorming ideas and designing your coloring book to listing it for sale and making money. Plus, I'll also share some tips and tricks to make your book stand out in the market. If that sounds exciting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips and tutorials just like this. Alright, let's dive in. Before we dive in, a quick heads up. This is going to be a detailed video as the process takes some effort. But if you're looking for an easier alternative, check out GratiWrite. It's a subscription-based platform that lets you create coloring books effortlessly, saving your time. Alright, let's get started with the free process. First up, we'll create a prompt. I'll be using freedo.com, which is a ChatGPT prompt improviser, to refine it. Once the prompt is ready, the next step is to identify 25 animals for your coloring book. You can easily generate this list using ChatGPT. Once you have your list, head over to Microsoft Designer. Here, paste in the prompt you created. For today, my prompt is create a cartoon image with large round eyes, simple design, plain color, vivid for kids, and give a black outline for it. After hitting generate, give it a couple of minutes to process, and you can also adjust the size of the image to wide format, which makes it easier to edit later. Once the image is generated, pick the ones that you like and download them. If you don't like any of the image that is generated, you can click on the generate button and that's going to regenerate the image for the same prompt. But this time you would be having different set of images and you can pick the ones that you like. And this can be a recurring process until you get the image that you like. Alright, once I've downloaded my image, the next step is to create a page for the coloring book. For this, I'll be using Photopea, a free tool that works just like Photoshop. If you've used Photoshop before, you'll find Photopea very easy to navigate. To get started in the Photopea, create a A4 sized page by clicking on New, selecting Print, and then choosing A4 size option. Hit OK and your page will be ready. Next, drag and drop the image that you downloaded from Microsoft Designer onto the canvas. For example, I've chosen a line image that looks great for this project. In this image right here, you have a lot of other images in the background as well. So the next step would be to clean the image. So for this, I'm going to use the rectangular lasso tool to select the unwanted parts of the image. And next up, go to select and hit inverse so that the other portions apart from the selected image are going to get selected, and hit delete to remove the extra elements. If there are any leftover edges, just like how I have here, you can use polygonal lasso tool to refine the selection and delete those areas. Mouse clicks are going to make the edges, and once you complete a path, it's automatically going to make a selection, and once the selection is made, hit delete to delete the area. Once the cleanup is done, select the magic wand that's just right here to remove the background and turn the image into a transparent PNG file. Next, resize and replicate the image to create a larger version for coloring. To create the bigger version of the image, you can simply select the image and hold down to Ctrl and Alt together, and that's going to create a replica of the image, and then you can use the transform controls to enlarge the image to your desired size. To prepare the image for coloring, the next step is to remove the colors of this image. So in order to do that, in the layers, make sure the image is selected and go to image adjustments and select black and white. Right in there, you have the different colors, so make sure you move the sliders of all the colors to extreme so that that's going to remove the colors and make it white. So moving it in the opposite direction is gonna darken the image and make it black. So you're gonna move it to the rightmost so that the image gets completely white, removing all the colors. The next step is to make the blacks a bit darker. For that I'm going to use brightness and contrast, and I'm going to increase my contrast of the image. So that's going to bring in a little bit of darker black color, making the edges more darker. That's cool, right? So to add up a final touch, I'm going to add the name of the image. That's going to increase the interactivity in the kids. So in my case it's going to be lion. I'm going to just add a text of it so that it's more interactive. I'm going to change the color to black, and yep, once that's done, you're good to go with the page. In a couple of cases, if you're not satisfied with the decoloring of the image, you can always use posterize, which is going to remove all the colors and also make those edges shine dark. So that's going to be the ideal page for your coloring book. And the next step is to export this to a PDF. So you can go to export and select PDF and give the name of the page to Lion1. So that's done. That's how we are creating the pages in the coloring book. I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of the other animals as well. And once we are done, we'll get back to merge all the PDFs into a single PDF. Let's go. Alright, I've now completed creating 25 different pages featuring different animals for my coloring book, and this is how it looks like. These are a total of 25. Now I'm going to create a single merged PDF file. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select all the 25 files, and these are my different pages which are going to be featured in the coloring book. So I'm going to hit merge PDF, and that's going to create a single merged PDF out of all the 25 PDFs that I've submitted. So once that's done, I'm going to download a copy of the merged PDF. Alright, the next step is to create a beautiful engaging cover photo for your book. In order to do that, I'm going to use Gemini. So I've given a prompt saying that generate a cover photo image for my Little Paws coloring book featuring animals. So I'm just going to give the prompt, and that's going to create a different set of images. So right here I've already downloaded an image from Gemini that is kind of suitable for my book, but right here I have a couple of texts that are unwanted and unrecognizable as well. So I'm going to again use Photopea to edit the image and get the desired output. So in this case I'm going to use the draw tools such as the painter and match the color with the background, and I'm going to create an overlay just on top of the text so that it's not visible anymore. So I'm just going to pick the color, and I'm just going to draw on top of that. So make sure you choose the right set of brushes. So the brush that I've chosen here would be the correct choice in order to just overlay on top of the text and make it disappear. So similarly, I'm just gonna do the same for the other text that is right at the bottom. And yep, that's done right there. And I'm going to do the similar thing for the rest of the other text as well. And once I'm done with that, I'm also gonna crop the size of the cover photo to match a portrait version that I'm going to upload. Alright, I guess this should do good. Let me quickly edit the text and come back once that's done. Alright guys, here you go. I have now edited all the text that is needed for my cover photo, and we are good to go. The next step would be to publish your book. For that I'm going to use Amazon KDP. You can log into kdp.amazon.com, and as you can see, I've already published one of the other book, which is Little Wheels coloring book, and I'm earning a couple of bucks from that. And similarly, I'm just going to create another book. For that I'm going to hit place create, and right here I'm going to choose paperback. And next up in the book title, I'm gonna give the book title, which is Little Paws coloring book. I want to make sure this book matches with the previous book that I published. So the previous book was Little Wheels coloring book, and this one is gonna be Little Paws coloring book, but unfortunately I forgot to rename that and I published it as Little Wheels coloring book, and now I have unpublished it and republished it back again. So you can also add a subtitle. For me it's gonna be Get Ready to Pounce with Colors, and you can also add the author details here, which is Hemant Raj, and if you have more contributors you can add their names as well. And I'm going to create a quick prompt in the ChatGPT to give a description, and I'm gonna paste that here. And in the publishing rights, make sure you select I own the copyright, and next up choose the age, which is going to be a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 18 plus. And up next is the primary marketplace, which is going to be amazon.com, and up next is selecting your categories, which is going to be children's book and children's classics, or you can also select it from the subcategory which is right below. I'm gonna select 3 different categories and their subcategories to make sure my book is kind of visible in that particular category. Once you're done with setting up your categories, up next is creating keywords. So again, I'm going to use ChatGPT for this. I'm just going to ask it to create keywords, and I'm going to paste those keywords right into my KDP account. So it's going to be a total of 7 keywords. So whatever matches with the book that you've created, you can just copy and paste those keywords, and that's going to make your book more visible. Alright, the next step is to assign an ISBN number to your book, and in order to do that, hit that button right there, and that's going to create an ISBN number and assign it to your book. It's going to take a couple of minutes, and once that's done, you can go ahead and choose the print options. So in the print options, choose premium color interior with white paper. That's going to be the default one. That's going to be the best one for as our pages are limited to 25. So once that's done, go ahead and choose the trim size. As we've designed everything in A4 size, I'm going to choose 8.5 into 11 inch, which is more standard trim size and which is more closer to A4 size. Choose no bleed in the next option, and choose the paperback cover finish to be matte. I personally prefer matte. If you like gloss, you can also go with that. Next step is to upload your manuscript. You can just go ahead and select the manuscript that we have merged and hit open, and that's going to upload the merged PDF. Up next, we are going to create a book cover. So in order to do that, hit on launch cover creator, and that's going to launch the Amazon cover creator. Right in there, you have to hit continue and choose from my computer and upload the image that we have edited in the Photopea. You can choose the cover image design. So I personally prefer the first one, so I've selected that, and I am going to dismiss this, and I'm going to add the description. I don't like to add the author photo, but let me quickly add the description. For that, I am using the ChatGPT's generated description that we have used earlier, and I'm going to paste that here. For the cover photo, I am going to upload some kind of a logo that I've created for my publication, and I'm going to upload that. Once you're done with setting up cover photo, you can review the changes and you can hit save to get back to the Amazon KDP. Alright, up next I'm gonna add a consent saying that my images have been generated using AI. So I'm gonna choose many AI generated images with extensive editing and the tools that I've used for creating these images. Next, I'm going to use Amazon's launch preview to check if my book is being published just like how I intended it to be. So it's going to take a couple of minutes while it uploads and launches the book previewer. I'm going to review all the changes that the Amazon is suggesting, and once that's done, I can hit save and go with the next steps. Up next is deciding your paperback right and pricing. So I'm going to give a price for this book here. So I want it to be around $7, which is minimum if it is not selected under expanded distribution. But if it is selected under expanded distribution, it's going to be a minimum of $10.50. So I'm going to enter that, and based on the pricing that you have entered for the US market, the corresponding market's pricing would be automatically updated. So you can also choose between customizing of each market's price, but I'm going to leave it as it is. And once you're good with everything, you can also request a proof of your book, which is a good thing. Once you're done with all of that, you can hit publish your paperback, and that's going to publish your paperback to the KDP. It's going to take 72 hours before it's available in Amazon for sale, but you would be having a notification once your book is published. That's cool, right? Once your book is published and once a customer orders it, it gets printed and then it reaches to the customer. Pretty cool, right? Let me know how the process went, and if you were able to publish any of the books, drop me those links in the comments. I would love to review them. Well, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.